Today I'm going to be teaching you my recommendations for using HealthClone. This particular product is excellent for creating a complete website for the health and personal care niche. However, by default, this is going to create a site that actually covers all the different products throughout this entire niche, and essentially everybody's going to end up with the same site as the next person. Well, that doesn't mean that HealthClone is not a good product. It just means that you have to get creative with how you use it. Now, if you already know my recommendations for building Amazon affiliate sites, you know that I like to use a lot of unique content. And obviously the content that's going to be on this site already is not going to be unique content. Well, that's quite okay. The point is not to completely avoid content that might be somewhere else on the internet, but the point is to have something unique about your site that doesn't exist on other sites. So I want to show you how you can go about using HealthClone today and briefly talk to you about my recommendations for converting this into a site that is unique. So first of all, when I look at the main page of this site here, I have a number of different sections to it. I have a top menu bar up here. This links to a listing of all the categories that are on the site, and then a number of these other links are to WordPress tags for best-selling, top-rated, or high-quality products. Then there is also a store where people can directly shop for products, and then there is also an informational blog. Now we have some featured products that are scrolling here, bestsellers, top-rated, and high-quality product listings down below. Then we have another set of menus. This includes some sub-niche categories as well as some different tags that apply to types of products, brands, prices, so people can actually browse through these different selections easily on your site. Now down below in the Available Now section, we have products. Each of these actually links up to a page on your website, so people can then go and view that particular product, more information about it, prices. Down below we have pictures, and some of these products may even have videos that are available for them. Now you can continue on from here and purchase the product. All of that is just fine. The way that HealthClone builds these pages is a really in-depth, informative, and correct way to build a advertisement page on your website. Now, if you look down below here, you can see that there are actually 582 pages worth of products, and that's 20 different products per page here. Now, that's quite a lot of products, and chances are your website readers would not have need or ever want to browse through that many pages worth of products. But not only that, it's really hard to go about bringing people into a website that is about everything. You need your website to be about something very specific. Now, to begin to transform HealthClone into a system that actually achieves that for you, where you have something more specific, one of the first things that you can do, right here where it says category targeting, you can select one of the main sub-niches, like household supplies, or you could even select something even more specific than that within that sub-niche, like air fresheners, for example. This allows you to drill down the posts that are actually targeted on your site. And what I mean by the posts that are targeted, I'm talking about down here where it says available now. As you can see, all of these products are diaper related, and there's actually only 4 pages of them showing up. This is happening because I have set my category targeting to diaper care, which was under the baby and child care niche. So by doing this, we are narrowing down the product selection that is shown on our website. However, if I go back to the main page of my site here and actually refresh it, you'll see my products down here are targeted like I was showing you before. But the other information up here is not specifically targeted to my niche. So if I wanted to adjust the rest of this system to completely narrow it down so this is essentially the only focus, I can do that through the control panel. Just go to Control Panel and Main Settings. This is where you'll set up your Amazon API information, your affiliate ID. But this is also down here at the bottom where you can control the different portions of the page that are actually showing up. So things like the home page slideshow up at the top, I can make that go away. Actually, I already have the top categories being removed. I will put those back on just to show you what that looks like. So I've only made one minor update here. My scrolling products up at the top are now gone. And I added back in the top categories. As you can see here, I have different category links going to various portions of my site. Well, if my site is only revolving around this diaper niche, I don't need these category links here. Other things like the brand tags or these other tags and prices that would go along with it, I may or may not need these as well. So again, all of that is controlled back here on this page. So what I could do is remove the top picks. I could remove the top categories, and I could remove the styles, brands, and prices. So now if I refresh my page again, I now have none of that information up there. I just have my listing of diapers available. Now everything included down below here, these are actually widgets. So I could go in and remove those if they are not relevant. So now I'm doing pretty good here in terms of getting this site narrowed down to what I want it to be. But there are still a couple of issues here. Number one, I have this category link up at the top of the page. This lists all of the different categories that are available on the site. Well, there are a bunch of them that are going to not be the category that you're trying to target. So what you can actually do is go to Post and Categories, and you can remove by simply checking and deleting all of the different categories that you're not planning on using. And that will actually wipe out those categories from this particular list. Now, in addition to this, there's a little bit more. You have still these other links that are up at the top. For example, the best sellers. This is going to still link to the relevant products that you have selected for your category. But ultimately, you don't have control over this particular menu bar very easily with HealthClone. However, it doesn't mean that you're completely stuck here. You can actually still modify this menu if you really need to give you control over the site. How you go about accomplishing this is actually by editing your theme file. Now, if you go in here to Appearance and Editor, you will see up at the top we have a drop-down box, and there's Store Clone Dark and Store Clone Light. Whichever one you are using, whichever one you have selected as your theme right here, make sure that's selected here, and then simply go to the header file. Now, a decent ways down, you will see all of this information right here, and these are actually all those links up at the top of your page. So if you are in a situation where there are certain things that you just absolutely do not want here, or perhaps you want to make some modifications to the way this is already set up, this would be the place where you can go in and do that. Now, I always recommend that people create their own unique content to go along with content that's generated by some kind of automated system, such as HealthClone. Well, on this side, the only way that I could easily link up to that additional unique content that I was creating would be by, adding it into the menu bar up here. So I could simply change one of these links up here that I didn't need anymore, perhaps the categories link if I was only going after one specific subcategory. I could change this to a link to a specific category page on my site that maybe listed the content posts that I had. You can set all of that up using the page system and just link everything up together that you need to link up and connect that up to your menu bar, and then you will have this completely different section of your site that is actually not automatically generated. This will help you to stand out from what everybody else is creating with this type of software. So you can do something that is completely unique and also gives you a very specific way of targeting what you're doing so people can easily find your site, and so you can get search engine rankings with it. Because ultimately, those are all the key components to really building a successful Amazon site. So I find all of these to be necessary steps to adjust this system to the point where I want it. Now, the reason why you would want to still use this system instead of just completely creating a site from scratch is simply because this system can do some of the work for you in terms of giving you a design for your site, and it can also take care of your product advertising. So you don't have to worry about going through Amazon and finding the relevant products that you want to promote. You can simply go into the HealthClone settings and adjust price targeting, for example, or you can adjust attributes or brands that might be targeted. This allows you to simply focus on the informational content while the advertising is all taken care of for you. So I hope you can see how all of this pulls together into a complete strategy and how you can use HealthClone in combination with my existing Amazon site building strategies that you have likely already learned from me. So I hope you have enjoyed this bonus training lesson on HealthClone and how to use it to mesh in with my existing strategies. Also, be sure to check out the additional video that goes with this bonus that will teach you about the health and personal care niche itself. Thank you for your business. I appreciate your continued support, and thank you for watching.